really fun. So I enter giveaways a lot. I have in the past, I've won giveaways here and there for like concert tickets or really, really fun concert tickets. I mean, I won a concert ticket giveaway that was a random, like I got an email, it was like, you should enter this thing, and I was like, whatever, and I did, and I ended up being able to go see Chris Carrabba, who's the lead singer for Brothers Seems Forever and Dashboard Professional and whatever his new band's called that I can't remember right now. He's Chris Carrabba. He was doing a solo set because Dashboard Professional is technically just him, but he also at times plays with a band. And there was some giveaway because he was putting out a new album, and he was doing these events that were very small events just to kind of promo and try out new music. And I ended up winning tickets to that and going to a show that was only like invite only. You had to have wristbands. You could not buy tickets for it. It was kind of cool, and there was only like, I want to say like 50 people. It was a really small show, and it was really awesome. It was probably one of the best Dashboard Professional shows I have ever been to. And giveaways like that. Here and there I've won like ones where, you know, here's a gift card to a thing and that kind of stuff. I had some luck in like raffles and stuff. Every once in a while I'll win like the 50-50 somewhere. So I'm not like a super lucky person, but I do enter giveaways because at times I win them. I've won concert tickets at Foxwoods before from like their text giveaways. I won a meet and greet with JC Chazé once, which was fantastic. I don't know who he is. He's beautiful and he's from NSYNC, and you should know who he is. But anyway, so I still like have a thing for like, if I like the giveaway, I'll enter it. And I enter the ones on Goodreads and stuff because obviously I love books. And what better way to get books than a giveaway? And Colleen Gleason is a fantastic author, and if you've been watching my videos, if you have seen my wrap up from March or April, I think, both of those I was reading them. I read the entire Gardella Vampire Chronicles series, Gardella Vampire Hunter Chronicles series. It's 5 books. And then there are also some novellas that I haven't read yet, but I read the 5 main novels from it. And I kept tweeting like while I was doing it, just about reading them, because one of them was a read with Ben Pig from he's from Bender from the Tomes, and that's for how it started. As The Rest Falls Away, which is actually still free on Kindle, I think, and Nook and everything. I think you can get that one for free still, and it's fantastic. So read it. You should go grab that. So anyway, I had read all of them, and in the process of reading them. If you read any of them, Colleen Gleason is really active on social media, and like right in the book it'll tell you like to go follow her and stuff. So it's funny, on Twitter I made like some comment about how ridiculous like the love triangle was being, that I couldn't decide what to pick, and she consistently was tweeting me back asking me if I'd picked a person yet and how I liked the book and that kind of stuff. And she did it on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook actually, which was kind of interesting. So I ended up talking to her in all places, and I think she's kind of hilarious, and I like the fact that she's so active. I find it very interesting and really cool sign of the times, I guess, that you can tweet about a book or even like a movie you saw or something, and you might actually hear back from the producer or the publisher or the person that actually wrote the actual author. I've had that happen now on like 3 different books that I've read, and I really think that's really cool. Colleen Gleason has a fan page and a hangout on Facebook for the Gardella Vampire Chronicles. Oh my god, every time Gardella Vampire Hunter Chronicles. And it's like a general fan page for her too. And on it, she does like these random little like vampire related things or whatever, where you put like your favorite thing or what are you reading this week, that kind of stuff. But she had this like flash giveaway because she was cleaning out some like old copies of books she had that were like old. They had old title pages and they were old covers that aren't going to be available anymore, that kind of stuff. So she offered to the group, the first 10 people that sent her an email with their snail mail address, would get a random copy of one of these books. So the other day I got to my mailbox and I had mail from Colleen Gleason, and I'm going, what is this? And I won the giveaway. She didn't actually let anybody know if they won, she just said you might get something in the mail if you did. And I opened it up, and I have mail from Colleen Gleason, and it's this. This is the second book, Lucifer's Saint, by Colleen Gleason. It's the second one in the vampire. Okay, I think I'm gonna say this right. Dracula series. Each one in this trilogy is about a different vampire. And they're all, from what I understand reading it, they're all tied to a Lucifer fraternity. So it's the same kind of theme as the vampires that are the vampires as characters, at least, in the other books, the Gardella books. But in this one, it's just very specific vampires. There's 3 different ones, and it's the same type of thing. It's a paranormal romance, and it sounds interesting. And I went and found the other 2, because this is the second one. So I went and found the first and the third one on Books A Million, actually, and ordered those so they'll have the same covers and everything, because I'm gonna have to keep this one because she signed it to me. So yeah. So yeah, I was like, well, I guess I'm keeping that, and I want new ones that match it. So I ordered the other 2 in the series with the same cover, so they'll all be matchy. I didn't even realize I cared if all they matched until I realized looking at my stuff. The only things I actually have for my library, because I don't consider, this is gonna sound weird, but though I own easy, like 200 bucks, they are, sorry, though I own like 200 bucks, they are my TBR file, essentially. They're like a constant TBR file. They are books that I really read, books that I was really interested in, whatever. But until I read a book, I don't feel like it's part of my library, because I haven't decided if I'm going to keep the book yet, if that makes any sense. I keep books that I feel like I want to reread, or that really touch me, or that kind of thing. They have to be something that I really just latch onto. When I finished like Vanishing Girls, I decided I was going to buy a copy of that because I would like to own it. Every single book by Francesca Lia Block that I have read, I have still. I haven't gotten rid of any of those. At one point I read Francesca Lia Block, I really suggest starting with Weetzie Bat, the Weetzie Bat series, and going from there, because it's just such an interesting thing. Or I Once Was a Teenage Canary is a really good one too. That was really fun. And then I have like Harry Potter, the entire Harry Potter series, and those are all hardcover, pretty gorgeous, lovely ones that I caught like the day they came out, every single one of them. So, well, that's not true. Almost all of them. I got like the last like 6. I want to say the last 4, 5. The last 5 I got like with pre-orders. Like I was like, no, I must have that book now. And I was one of those people that would like sit down, buy the book, and then like sit down and read it, and read it in one sitting. Which, by the way, Deathly Hallows really difficult to read in one sitting. I think it took me 3 days to read that one. That was hard. That was a long book. It was so good, and it was so emotional. I have to reread those though. Harry Potter is one of those ones for me that like I read those books. I loved those books. I kept every one of those books. I have every intention of reading that entire series again. I'm probably reading it again after that because I really just love it. But stuff like that, and then I have a couple books from my childhood that I just still like. I'll read them again and be like, I really like these, like my Shel Silverstein books, and the first book I ever read myself I own. But those are like my library. And in like more recent times, I guess the only books so far in the last year that I've really kept are Poison by Sarah Pinborough, because I really I went to like hand that. I had it in a pile to like hand off to a friend of mine. And then I like couldn't bear the thought of it not coming back to the house. So it was like, nope, I need to keep that. Magonia, which I just read this past month in June, I absolutely loved. I have the Readorama wrap up for day 1. Actually, is a full review of Magonia. I'm very emotional in that review, which is why I like keeping the book. It's so beautiful and lovely to me. And now I have to add this series because I don't want to keep just one of them. That seems weird. I'd rather have the whole series. And maybe someday I will go somewhere where I will meet Colleen Gleason. She can sign the other 2. Something like that. But that's one of those things, like, if somebody signs the book, I'm not going to sign to me. I'm not going to get rid of it. It just seems weird. You know? I have my hot body year round too from Cassie. That'll be a permanent in my in Cassie Hub. That'll be a permanent in my library as well because again it's signed. I went to the signing for it. There's a video about that too. From March to March was a busy month for me. Yeah, really fun though. I was really excited that I won that. Oh, I won another one too. I won another giveaway on Twitter recently for I think it's an art copy of a book. I can't remember what book it is now. Oh, I suck. It's from Angela's Epic Reads though. That's what the user is. She does giveaways all the time, and she's very nice. She's very friendly, and yeah, I won a random giveaway on that. That was one of those like retweet and follow and whatever. I was like okay, and then she was like you win. I can't remember what book that is though, but that's supposed to be in the mail. So I'll be getting another one. I don't know, doing pretty good on my giveaways right now. You know what I really like about this too? This is really random. You can tell it's late when I'm recording when I ramble like this because it's like 1:00 in the morning. There's not I can't stop reading this, so I haven't gone to sleep yet. But no, you know what I really like about this? Can you see this? Okay, you can kind of see it. Okay. While I get really creepily close to the camera, sorry, but okay, I'm gonna put this right there. Do you see that? So if you look closely, I'm gonna try not to get too close because it's gonna screw up the camera and it's gonna do weird things. But in the actual letters, it's got like this really fun design behind like in the blue. There's actually like a design in the thing, so it's kind of like when you take a stencil and you put it over a cool design. I don't know. I'm really impressed by that. I think it's fun. I like covers like that. It's neat. It's kind of like these. I love the covers. Okay, I love the fact these are cloth bound, like old school books. That's number one for me because I like stuff like that. But I like that they're embossed. Like this is all actually pressed into the cloth bound, and each one of them, Poison has a little like red apple. This one has like a little shoe because Cinderella, you think of the shoe. And they all have these gorgeous pages too. My mom actually thought this was kind of neat. Just they're so beautiful. I even like and again in Poison was a little apple, but in this one it's a shoe. For each chapter too. I'm Sarah Penrose, and you know of another book I should read by her. Please let me know because I would like to read another book by her, and I'm not sure what to start with because I know she has a bunch. But yeah, that's my little giveaway rant. I guess that was so random. I just really wanted to show that off because I thought it was fun, and I think Colleen Gleason's cool, and you should check her out. She's fun. I really like the little hangout page too. To be completely honest, like it's fun. It's a bunch. Because they're like bookish readers, but it's cool because they're of the vampire sect. They're like very. I like this vampire book or this thing, and the ones in this are different. And it's true, Colleen Gleason's vampires are very different vampire to me. Like they're not the same as ones I've seen in other books, and I kind of like them as the crazy evil characters they are, and it's interesting the way that they are and stuff, and I just like it, and I like her weird spin on romance in it. So I'm very eager to get into this. When the other ones come, I'll have to start it up. I have so many books. I have you lovely people pick my TBR for me. Like, just name a random book, and if I own it, that's what I'm gonna read. Just because I set up my little thing for last month where I successfully read one ebook. I read a bunch from my shelf actually, and I read a bunch from my borrowed pile, and I read one or two from my actual giant pile over there. So I actually successfully did what I wanted to in June. So in July, I'm going to continue with like the same thing, trying to read like one from every place, although the bags of books have been added from my gigantic library book haul, which if you would like to review that giant library book haul, there is a video for that. You can go check it out on my channel. It's called Giant Library Book Haul. But yeah, so I'm thinking I might do that though at some point. Just here you go. Just pick out some books for me because I don't want to. I get so when I'm working out and stuff. I work out over there. I'm sitting on my bed right now, because it's comfortable, and yeah, it's easy. But I'm sitting on my bed right now, and at the end of the foot of my bed, I have some room, and that's where I work out. Now, on one side of that is a bookshelf, and while I'm working out, and then actually on the other side of the bookshelf is in my closet. And when I'm working out, like regardless of which way I'm sitting, I'm always looking at books, and then I'm consistently like making a TBR in my head. Like now I want to read that and that and that and that. So I have so many books, and sometimes it's just really hard for me to grab one and figure out what I want to read. Hence I was going to read Aragon, and then went, but I really want to read that one because I could see it from my bed. So comment down below. Do you think that's a good idea? Would you want to do that? I know I have some subscribers, so hello subscribers. Would you guys be interested in picking my TBR for me? My only problem with that is if somebody was to pick my TBR and they picked one I knew I owned but had no idea where it was, then that could be problematic. Because I watched, this is so random. The way my bookshelves are organized, it's actually Sasha's fault. So Sasha runs a Bookutopia, which is an awesome channel too. She's so funny, and I like her reviews and stuff, and her style, and she gets very excited. She's fun. So I was watching her videos, and she was talking about how to fit more books on your shelves. She has an entire video for it. Go check it out if you're ever looking for how to fit more stuff on your shelves. The way that she stacks them, she like hides books in between books, so full of books, meaning they have full, like the entire size of the shelf is covered in books, and then there are books that are facing like this way that are smaller books that are covering like that, and then there's another full stack of books, and books tucked into books, and books behind books, and books around books, and both of those shelves are so stuffed full I cannot fit anything else. When I got those books at the book haul, the giant book haul, which I brought home like 44 books, or 40 books, yeah. I tucked in as many as I could and then still had to fill 2 bags with books, which are now sitting on my floor. I have a lot of books. Thank you for watching. I just really wanted to give a nod to Colleen Gleason about the giveaway because it was fun. And definitely like encourage you, if you see giveaways, like do it up. You never know, really.